Hello everybody, it's Monday on GavsWeatherVids.com, so that means it must be Europe Day, and we're going to have a look at the weather for Europe for the week ahead during this video. Now, before I get on with the weather for the week ahead for the European continent, I just want to talk about my advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying the weather videos here at GavsWeatherVids.com. Please play those video ads, because you'll be supporting GavsWeatherVids.com if you do this. So this is the situation today, Monday the 4th of June, across Europe, and really it's a very unsettled picture for the bulk of the continent. There's not much high pressure going on here. We've got low pressure very much centred over Scandinavia and down into these central parts of the continent through Denmark in towards Germany, the Low Countries. Very much seeing low pressure in control. We've also got weak pressure across the British Isles. It's a bit better today. We had a washout yesterday across England for the Jubilee celebrations. It's a bit better today, but low pressure is waiting in wings to spoil things for tomorrow. And as we go down through the Mediterranean, well, really not much high pressure even down in the Mediterranean. A little bit of high pressure for parts of Iberia. And other than that, there's not really a lot of high pressure to be seen there, and that's quite unusual. You would expect high pressure now to really be taking over the pattern across the Mediterranean. It isn't happening yet, so it's quite an unsettled scene across many parts of the continent. But really unsettled weather is up in this northern and central part of the continent. Now, having a look at the 850 upper air temperatures, and we can see it's a very cool scene across the bulk of the continent. British Isles very cool, and this is Scandinavia, these central northern parts of Europe. You really have to go down to Spain and Portugal, and probably down in towards this southeast part of Europe with the Balkans, in towards Greece and Turkey to find the heat. That's where the high temperatures are, in the southeast and the southwestern part of the continent, but really the bulk of the continent under those very cool upper air temperatures. Rainfall, well, there's the rain that brought us the washout across the England and Wales and the British Isles yesterday, spoilt the Jubilee. That's now over the Low Countries and into Germany, and that's the rain there. And really for British Isles and Ireland, it's a case of showers. We've got more rain up over Scandinavia, as you'd expect with an area of low pressure up there, and some really heavy rain and thunderstorms across those alpine regions of northern Italy and through Austria in towards Hungary. Some very heavy thunderstorms going on there. Mainly dry conditions for Iberia, for Spain and Portugal, and mainly dry in this southeastern part of Europe as well, although the odd rogue thunderstorm can't be ruled out. The Cape is showing that the risk of thunderstorms, convective potential, is ready for this southeastern part of Europe, particularly centred around Hungary and Austria and parts of northern Italy as well, but it's really in this southeastern part down in towards Greece as well that we've got the risk of those thunderstorms. Not much of a risk of thunderstorms elsewhere. That's really because the continent is so cool at the moment. Have a look at the temperatures. Well, it's a very cool scene across the bulk of the continent. Very low temperatures indeed, just 13, 14 for Britain and Ireland, 17s, 18s for Germany, 17 for Germany, 17, 18s for France as well, and going on up towards the northeast, very cool temperatures. You really have to go down to the southeastern part to find the heat. That's where I've got temperatures up towards 90 Fahrenheit, and again you can't see it on this chart, but across central and southern parts of Spain and Portugal we have got some warm temperatures there. Now, going on in toward the middle of the week, and for Thursday we've got this big area of low pressure moving into the west of the British Isles and for Ireland. That's going to be bringing a lot of rain across Ireland, Britain, and down in towards France as well. Perhaps a little bit of pressure going on here across this southeastern part of Europe, but really the pressure is very weak here across the bulk of the continent. There's no real sign of a proper area of high pressure developing just yet. So having a look at the precipitation, well, very wet scene across France, Britain and Ireland. Really a lot of heavy rain there on Thursday around this west and northwestern part of Europe. Sunshine and showers for Scandinavia. We go down in towards Denmark and northern Germany into the Low Countries as well. And then on towards the Ukraine, some showers there. But really it's through the Mediterranean we've got the driest of the weather, but it's not completely dry even here, because that's because we've not really got an area of high pressure developing yet. But the driest weather will be through the southern and central parts of Spain, the southern part of Portugal, and then on through the basin of the Mediterranean, through the Balearics and Corsica, Sardinia. A lot of dry weather there. Much of Italy drying out as well, and then becoming quite dry into that southeastern part of the continent, Greece and Turkey having a lot of dry weather. Cape, convective potential showing that there could be some thunderstorms across France with that area of low pressure. That's probably because we're bringing up some slightly warmer air ahead of low pressure. Just quickly go back and show you this. We're bringing up a bit of a southerly wind to the east of that low pressure across France, so that's why we've got some convective potential there for France. Yeah, we'll be turning briefly warm, but also a lot of rain. Having a look at the temperatures, well, it's a cool scene for Britain and Ireland, and very cool really for many of these central and northern parts of Europe, but a bit of heat coming in toward the south of France, setting off those thunderstorms. Temperatures are lifting up a bit there, up to perhaps 90 Fahrenheit, 32 degrees for those southern parts of France, but you will pay for that with the thunderstorms. It won't last long, because the low pressure will be bringing heavy rain and cooler air in off the Atlantic. In any case, going into next weekend, well, remains very unsettled. No sign of high pressure really building in any great strength anywhere across the continent. Very much low pressure dominated around the British Isles up into Scandinavia. Again, the central parts of Europe, well, weak pressure there, but certainly no sign of high pressure really taking over. And through the Mediterranean, we've not really got a proper build of high pressure just yet. So in terms of upper air temperatures, well, very cool across the bulk of the continent. Upper air temperatures below where they should be have to go down to these southern parts of the Mediterranean to find the heat. And having a look at the precipitation, well, a lot of precipitation there across the bulk of the continent. Showers or longer spells of rain through Britain, lying down into France, into northern Spain, through in towards Germany, Poland, Ukraine, up in towards Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden and Finland, all seeing showers or longer spells of rain have to go down to the southern parts of the Mediterranean to find the settled weather. And in terms of convective potential, well, really this is just showing that there'll be thundery shower, but there's no real area of thundery weather, maybe around the Black Sea here, but not really much thundery weather going on. That's because the continent is so cool, and the evidence of that coolness over the continent is in the temperatures. Very cool here across the bulk of the continent. Temperatures just into the mid-teens for Britain, Ireland, down in towards France, into Germany. Temperatures well below where they should be now for the time of year. And going further on into the east of Europe, still nothing really showing up in terms of heat. Temperatures around the low 20s there through parts of the Ukraine and down in towards Austria and Poland as well. Temperatures are below where they should be. Have to go again down into the very far southeast of the continent around Greece and Turkey, and down into central southern parts of Spain to find that heat. That's where the high temperatures are. But really it's a very cool, showery, unsettled picture for the bulk of the continent this week. No sign of any real heat away from the Mediterranean, and even then you have to go right way down into the southern parts of the Mediterranean to find the heat. So it's a very cool, very showery and wet picture coming up for the continent this week, I'm afraid. That's all for now.